3:58 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 3:58 Adam Treloar wins the ANZAC medal. Kate O'Halloran, no surprises there after a very dominant performance from the midfielder. Says it's a privilege to play on ANZAC Day and thanks the men and women who fought in the war. Man of few words, I think. Pendlebury appears and thanks the wonderful crowd for showing up year after year and making the occasion so special. Buckley, on TV, says their first quarter was poor but was impressed with the rest of the game. Says each player is starting to feel self-worth in their roles, but they have a long way to go. That's all from us here today. Thanks for joining me for this live blog. I hope you enjoyed it despite the lopsided outcome. Adam Treloar wins the ANZAC medal after 34 disposals and 2 goals. Photograph, Michael Dodge. Getty Images. 3:53 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 3:53 Collingwood defeat Essendon 14.17, 101, v Essendon 7.10, 52. The game finally comes to an end, for Essendon and neutral fans, and ironically ends with a goal to the Bombers, this time from hooker. Really impressive game from the Pies, who also knocked off Adelaide in South Australia the week before. They now have a very short turnaround before they face Richmond next week in front of what should be another very big crowd. Adam Treloar is favourite for the medal after 34 disposals, including 13 contested possessions, and 2 goals. Woody Grundy says the team are developing a brand for how they want to play this year, after 3 wins on the trot. Dirty day for Essendon, particularly Brendan Dard, who despite 33 disposals was caught on camera arguing with various different teammates. Credit to Collingwood, however, they were the far better side. Jayden Stevenson kicked 2 goals for the Magpies. Photograph, Julian Smith. AAP updated at 3:59 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 3:47 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 3:47 3:46 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 3:46 3:42 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 3:42 updated at 3:43 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 3:39 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 3:39 updated at 3:40 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 3:36 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 3:36 3:32 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 3:32 3:28 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 3:28 3:25 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 3:25 3:21 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 3:21 updated at 3:25 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 3:12 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 3:12 3/4 time. Collingwood 8.14, 62, v Essendon 4.8, 32, updated at 3:25 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 3:06 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 3:06 3:03 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 3:03 updated at 3:03 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 3 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 3 o'clock 2:57 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 2:57 2:55 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 2:55 updated at 2:55 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 2:51 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 2:51 2:49 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 2:49 updated at 2:49 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 2:26 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 2:26 halftime. Collingwood 6.10, 45, v Essendon 4.4, 28, updated at 2:33 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 2:21 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 2:21 2:19 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 2:19 2:16 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 2:16 2:14 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 2:14 2:11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 2:11 2:04 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 2:04 2:02 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 2:02 updated at 2:52 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 1:56 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 1:56 Thanks for writing in. Robin emails, I reckon the day should be shared around. Apart from anything else, it's a great money spinner. So many clubs would benefit from the injection of dollars, the national exposure and the consequent increased interest of sponsors. No club should own this day. I think I agree, to be honest. I like Essendon's involvement, thanks to Sheedy's initiative, but the fact it's against Collingwood does seem a little unfair given they're probably the last club who needs the exposure money, apart from perhaps Richmond. Then again, Good Friday has so far not taken off in the same way thanks to the form of the teams involved, and the suggestion there was to choose teams based on recent form. Is that fair either though? Seems to only benefit those performing and probably already succeeding, aka at least needing it. It's a hard one. On Good Friday, I would have liked to see the AFL persist with North v Bulldogs, the last year's Good Friday clash, and see how that went. I think in some ways the repetition makes the rivalry, which makes the occasion. But you want it equitable. 1:52 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 1:52 Quarter Time. Collingwood 4.428 v Essendon 3.220, updated at 2:33 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 1:46 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 1:46, updated at 1:46 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 1:43 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 1:43 1:41 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 1:41 1:37 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 1:37 1:35 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 1:35 1:31 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 1:31 1:27 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 1:27 1:25 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 1:25, updated at 1:26 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 1:21 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 1:21 1:17 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 1:17 1:12 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 1:12, updated at 1:17 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 1:10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 1:10 1:07 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 1:07 8:32 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. 2032. Welcome, Kate O'Halloran. Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of the traditional ANZAC Day clash between Collingwood and Essendon. I'll be with you in just a moment. Updated at 12:58 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving